Hello everyone, the Big Easy Chef here. This time, I'm going to show you how to cure corned beef. This beef comes out full of flavor, it's nice and tender, it's going to be the best corned beef you've ever tasted. It is very easy to cure corned beef, and corned beef can be used in so many different ways. You have your corned beef and cabbage, that's an all-time favorite. And then there's that Reuben sandwich. Oh, let's not forget about the famous corned beef hash. Let's not waste any more time. Why don't you and I run into that kitchen and see what's a-shaking and get to baking. I'm starting with 2 beef TriTip roasts. You can also use beef brisket. In my opinion, the TriTip roast makes a better corned beef. You can see the grain of this tri-tip that's been cured. If you cut the corned beef across the grain, it's going to be very tender. Most of the time, tri-tip has better marbling in the meat. You can see that marbling. Can you see those white specks in the meat? That is fat. You know what fat does. Fat collects flavor, and it also makes the meat tender. So you can do the math. You're going to have tender, flavorful corned beef. Okay, in a large pot, add 1 gallon of cool water, 1 cup of Morton's Tender Quick. Now this contains salt and curing salt. I like using Morton's Tender Quick. You could mix your own salt and curing salt together. However, Morton's has done this already for you, so it makes it fast and easy. I must tell you, I'm not getting paid for Morton's salt. I just know this product is the easiest way to cure this corned beef. I've tried other ways, and this is the best. You can find Morton's Tender Quick online at Amazon. I placed the link down below in the description. Next, add 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. The sugar is going to take the bitterness away that the salt adds to the meat. Now you're going to add 2 tablespoons of pickling spice. Throw in 2 tablespoons of dried juniper whole berries. You want to add 3 bay leaves. There are bay leaves in the pickling spice, but you need a few more. Place this curing mixture on a burner and turn the heat on to high. Give the mixture a good stir. Cover the pot and bring to a boil. Now the spices are going to infuse the water with their different flavors, which will make our corned beef full of great flavor. Once the mixture has come to a boil, reduce the heat to maintain a low boil and allow the mixture to boil for 10 minutes. When the mixture is boiled for 10 minutes, then remove it from the heat and allow the mixture to steep and come to room temperature. As the mixture cools, you can add ice cubes to speed up the cooling process. You want this mixture to be at room temperature or cooler before adding the meat. With the mixture cooled, now place your tri-tips in large plastic bags. I'm using a roasting pan to catch any leaks the bags may develop. Fill the bags with a curing mixture, dividing the mixture equally between both bags. Once the mixture has been added to the bags, seal the bags by removing all of the air. You want to move the meat around in the bags once a day to ensure all the meat is going to be coated with the curing mixture. With the bags all set, place in the refrigerator for 10 days. When the 10 days have passed, it's going to be time to get that corned beef out of the fridge. Now drain the corned beef and rinse it off, getting the spices off. As they've done their job, this corned beef is going to be full of flavor, just the way you want it. Now, you can see a few red spots on the meat. I didn't do my job of moving the meat around every day, but it's still going to be fine. Just make sure you do a better job than I did. With the corned beef rinsed, now place it in a bowl. Add cool water, enough to cover the corned beef. Allow this to set in the refrigerator for 3 hours. Drain and repeat the process for another 3 hours. After that 3 hours, drain and fill with cool water and place the corned beef in the fridge overnight. This is going to flush out most of the salt from the corned beef. By doing the rinse, your corned beef will not be so salty, and it will retain the flavor from your spices. You remember that fat in the meat? That's where the flavor will be. Okay, now this corned beef is ready to cook. Place your corned beef in a pot of cool water, enough water to cover your corned beef. Turn your burner on high. Bring the corned beef to a boil. Reduce the heat and cook at a medium boil for 3 hours or until the corned beef is tender when you can insert a fork easily into the corned beef. Now, if you want to cook this corned beef with cabbage and potatoes, I suggest you watch my video on how to cook corned beef and cabbage. I've linked this video down below in the description. You can also find free printable recipes and complete instructions at my website, thebigeasychef.com. Okay, so there you have it. Now you can cure corned beef, and it'll turn out great. Once you cure your own corned beef, this is the only corned beef you'll ever want. Then you have to think about how you want to have it, with cabbage and potatoes, a Reuben sandwich, or corned beef hash, or just a cold sandwich. Whichever you decide is going to be the best. Okay, now you know what time it is. It's time to dig in. Remember what they say, you are what you eat, so eat healthy. Until next time, I am the Big Easy Chef.